Malhun Hatun's Tears, a story of pain, power, and silent strength. Malhun Hatun. In the world of brave warriors and mighty empires, one woman walked through fire and saw with her head held high. Malhun Hatun. Her journey in Kurulus Osman was never easy. It was full of heartbreak, betrayal, and a constant battle to find her place in the world of men, war, and politics. She came with dreams. She came with honor. But the world she entered gave her pain before peace. Betrayed by those closest, Malhun Hatun trusted her people. She believed in the loyalty of her tribe, in the strength of her warriors, and in the sisterhood of the women around her. But trust can be a double-edged sword. One by one, she discovered betrayal. Her own right-hand people, those who smiled in her presence, stabbed her in the back when she least expected it. Trusted women whispered lies. Loyal men followed secret orders. Malhun was left alone, trying to hold on to her power, her pride, and her sanity. The pain of betrayal is not only in the act. It's in the heart that breaks because it believed. A marriage of fire. Malhun Hatun married Osman Bey, Osman Bey, the strong and visionary leader of the K tribe. But love is not always born from peace. Their marriage was more than a union of hearts. It was a battle of past and present, power and pride. Osman's first wife, Bala Hatun, had already built her place beside him. She was calm, wise, and deeply rooted in his heart. For Malhun, this was not just a rivalry, it was a wound. Every glance, every word, every moment between Osman and Bala reminded her of what she did not have. Jealousy is a poison, and Malhun tasted it more than once. But she hid her pain behind strong words and fierce actions. She was a warrior too, though her battles were silent and unseen. The loss that broke her. Malhun's father Umar Bey was her shield, her guide, and her pride. But fate was cruel. The day she lost him was the day something inside her broke. She did not cry in front of others, but her soul screamed in silence. His death was not just a personal loss. It was a loss of protection, a loss of direction. The world became colder, the tribe became harder, and the future became darker. Grief does not ask for permission. It comes like a storm, and Malhun stood in the middle of it, refusing to fall, a stranger in her own home. Even as the wife of Osman, Malhun never truly felt like she belonged. The Ke tribe had its own ways, its own rules, and its own hearts. She was a guest who became a wife, but never truly a part of the family. The women watched her with judging eyes. The men saw her as a political piece. And Osman, though he respected her, never gave her the love she craved. She was strong. She was proud. But inside, she was tired. Tired of proving herself. Tired of standing alone. The weight of womanhood. In a world ruled by men, Malhun was expected to smile and serve. But she was a lioness. Her voice demanded to be heard. Her actions demanded respect. But being a strong woman came at a price. She was misunderstood. She was called jealous, proud, difficult. No one saw the pain behind her eyes. The pain of loving a man who belonged to another. The pain of fighting alone. The pain of being judged for simply being herself. The silent battle with Bala. Bala Hatun was not her enemy, but she was her mirror. Calm where Malhun was fiery. Soft where she was sharp. Together, they shared Osman. Together, they raised their children. But the space between them was always filled with silence, tension, and unspoken emotions. Malhun respected Bala. She even admired her. But it hurt to see Osman's heart lean toward Bala again and again. The endless uncertainty. Malhun Hatun often looked to the future with fear. What would become of her? Would her children be safe? Would she ever find peace? Her story was not clear. It was written in shadows, in whispers, in questions. Every day was a test. Every night was a prayer. But through it all, Malhun never gave up. A woman like no other. Malhun Hatun's journey is not just a story of pain. It is a story of strength, of survival, of a woman who walked through fire and refused to burn. She was betrayed, but she stayed loyal. She was heartbroken, but she kept loving. She was judged, but she remained proud. In the cold halls of power, in the silent rooms of grief, in the lonely corners of love, Malhun Hatun stood tall. Her story reminds us, Even the strongest hearts break, but they still beat. And that is true strength.